Severed, first one in. What are you doing, Severed? How are you? How are you, Severed? Seven Ot. What's up, Marion? What do you say, Dennis? Duck Man, what's going on, dude? Hey, Severed, my friend. Mr. No Sleep's feeling like that tonight, buddy. Doing good? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Hey, Sever, that lady that's always around, like that lady with the all is well, Doug, man, all is well. The lady with the Jolly Rancher gang, that person, she's here again. She's here again. Hey, Chuck, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well too, Doug, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. JRG, yeah, she's here again. Can you believe it? Holy crap. Chad beat Ash here. Today is a new day. Oh. Hey, Chad, don't look now, but that lady's here again. The one that's always yelling at us. The one that knocks off little old ladies in the parking lot. She's here again. She's here.
I think I got hit by one of the old ladies today.
Oh no! They hit you back this time? What is going on, Haley? How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? Ashman.
Hey.
Check, 1, 2.
Right here.
Chickity,
Right.
chickity, check, check, check. Hey, Flutterby, what's up, kid?
Hey, Monique.
Hey, Mo. What about you, Chad? We got you, man?
Yo, you got me?
I got you.
Beauty.
Haley Beth, get ready. Get set. Go.
Hi, welcome to the Ginn Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner of Haley Dot. I'm a diamond dot artist. I have a show every Friday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we're going to have a discussion about agencies. But the guest is not only but our agent from our agency, Ezra. Take it away.
That's right.
Ginn. I thought of that. I was like, sleep. I was like, oh.
You did good. You did good, Haley. Thank you very much. Ladies
And I'll
and
see
gentlemen.
you Friday on a special show.
Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Haley Beth is going to be putting on her show. So you could usually find at least one or two of us over there hanging out, doing our thing. Thank you, Haley Beth. You're amazing. You know we love you. Always good to see you.
That's going to be a special edition, a special episode of the Haley Dot Show, because I think that's her birthday. Oh, hey, hi guys.
Do I get to wear pajamas
wrong,
this time?
Haley, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the birthday episode, because I think somebody named Haley Dot might have a birthday coming up this coming week.
What? I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm showing
way
up in
ahead
my
of
pajamas.
everybody else. Happy birthday, Haley Beth. You know we love you. So
Happy birthday,
you
little
gotta join
sis.
her on
Birthday.
that.
I highly recommend that you show up to her show in your pajamas on Friday. I'm going to.
Yeah, is it gonna be I know what day it is, Haley. I just didn't know if you wanted to tell everybody. PJ party though? That's what I'm thinking.
Thinking PJ party. Why not? What are they gonna do? Kick us out?
If they're lucky.
So tonight, gentlemen, we have what I believe is going to be a great show lined up for the folks. We're going to have Mr. Ezra, Lord Ezra, from the Volta agency. We all happen to know him, but we're going to talk about like what agencies do, who they are, what the role actually is, what kind of things are real, what kind of stuff is just bullshit myths. and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully give you also some information that will help you have better lives, that'll help you get better results if you are trying to get
Yeah.
results in your lives. Everybody in FYP, hello. We appreciate you supporting our numbers. All my family members, appreciate y'all, friends, everybody out there. And otherwise, the rest of you, you're elevating our numbers. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Ashman,
Yes, sir.
what you thinking, buddy?
I'm thinking it's going to be a good show. I'm really excited about this one, actually, because Ezra's
Yes.
a good dude, and he has a lot of information to hand us, and hopefully people pick up on it and run with it, because that's
Yes.
what we want, right? We want everybody to
Yes.
do well.
That's the goal, is to help people be more informed in the way they make their decisions about how they do their lives, and everybody's got to find their own way of doing things and all that. But the reality is there are some tried and true strategies that work. There are some things that people act on that aren't real, that they waste a lot of energy on, and then there are things that people don't act on because they don't realize they are real. And they know a lot more than you might think they know. So every button you push, every action you take, somebody knows it.
Oh, yeah.
So there are people out there that hurt the credibility of their accounts by doing silly things. Say false reporting people or, stuff like that, because they check.
Oh, yeah.
They rewind the tape. And they know who reported it. They know what they said, and all of it. So anyway, maybe this will be helpful to some folks, even some folks that you might not expect us to want to help.
That's true.
I don't know. Just a thought.
It's true. It's true.
Ashman, you got all kinds of programming going on, so I'm hoping you might tell the good people all the different ways they can get them a dose of the Ashman.
I'm not busy at all.
I'm not busy at all.
I'm on after this show, actually.
Yes,
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific. I have the Ashman's Basic Art Show with Eve, and it's game night. So bring your trivia knowledge, and everybody who knows we play an alphabet game towards the end of the night, so that's fun too. And then Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern, I have Ashman's Basic Art. I'm just going to say I have a show, because that's a long name, right? Everybody agrees that's a long name.
But we like it.
Ashman's Basic Art Show.
Ooh, say it again. Say it
4
again.
o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern, and I basically do an hour of hanging out, talking, or drawing and that sort of stuff, and then I open the gates and let people in that I know, and we talk about art or whatever's going on at the time. And then, of course, you can catch me just about every night at 1 o'clock Eastern, except for Sunday. I'm on doing my thing. So, and then Saturday night, of course, is story night, which is fun. And bring your stories. Bring you up. We can listen and hang out for a while. And hopefully you make it all the way through your story because you're entertaining. If not, you're off. But we do it for fun. It's just fun. If you get knocked down to the basement, it's just all in good fun. We're not.
I do it all the time.
maliciously.
I get kicked out
I think
all the time.
Ginn's gone in a heartbeat.
I think that's
I don't
something
last.
goal.
It is. I think so. I think.
You don't
I
say
know
that
a
part
couple
out loud, do you, Chad?
No, I got scared.
And don't worry, Haley Beth. We had a conversation with Ezra before the show. We know exactly where he is. There's no worries. He's up here. Don't worry. Lord Ezra is hovering over us. Yes.
He's omnipresent.
Right, Chuck?
He is.
That's the best part. Hey, Hoof Pickles, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Chuck.
Thanks all you amazing artists for coming in. Especially thank you. I like to always give a special thanks to Laura and to Spurs and to Flutterby. These are folks that really help me out a lot with my lives and my flow states. And there would be a lot less Ginn project. There'd be a lot more happy people if Spurs and Laura and them weren't helping us. Right on, Hoof Pickles. So, Chad.
Yo.
Have you ever caught any of Ashman's content?
Never.
Well, it's good
Way
that
too
you
quick.
say that because you should go check it out, man. If you get a chance, you got to go by Ashman's page, turn on your notifications.
Yeah.
Because when he goes live, it could be anything from fun kind of game night to story night to we might just be working. We might literally just be in the shop flow stating working. But he also has a whole set of puppets that he created. He also
Glorious
has
puppets.
yes. And Ashman has this way of getting away with things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
A lot
you
less.
know, if you're looking for a little off-color humor, go check him out late night. Go find him in the middle of the night over there hanging out. Sometimes with Eve, sometimes you'll see an empty screen. I'm there with him hanging out. I'm just laughing so hard I'm on the floor over in the corner somewhere. So
Yeah, you gotta have your big kids' britches on.
You do.
yes. He also has a podcast called Genteel Poverty that he does with his wife, which is a very interesting podcast. And he has a couple books that he has written. And by the way, he was also the front man for a band for a while. So he also does voiceover work. And Ashman's Basic Art Store has he's turning red. I was trying to keep going. Or you can go to Ashman's
man.
Basic Art Store and you can get some stickers like these. Some of his creations. This is my favorite. And here's Ash's favorite.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
This one right here is Ashman's favorite.
Oh yeah.
So please support your local Ashman. I got a little secret for you. The more people that support him, the more he supports other people. That's how he rolls. So please. Did we miss anything, Ashman? You
I don't
turned
think
red
so,
there
man.
over there. You turned
I
red.
think
I'm
you
sorry,
got-
buddy.
you got
I wasn't
everything.
trying to
That's all
embarrass you, man. I just want to get
That's
all your
all
bona fides in there. So we got, and I know how to say it properly, but I'm from the South. We just butcher words sometimes. That's how we do it. Chad Revart. I think he's here with us. We barely can see him. It looks like he's coming to us from the space shuttle, which has been decommissioned for about a decade. So the fact that he has to use it to get around is a little disheartening.
Yeah.
But at any rate, Chad,
Terrifying.
are you going to do anything at all art related this week? Or is this going to be a quick
Never.
segment?
No, I quit. I retired. I just
You've reached
I decided
the
I
pinnacle.
was like-
You can't do anymore, huh?
I thought I'd scraped the bottom and I was done. But however you want to word that, I guess it depends on which way you're facing.
Yes, Chuck.
Yes. Yeah, I've got to do my fall clean out of my shop. And I may or may not let you guys join me when I dance around to stupid music and make a mess of cleaning things up. And yeah.
So my understanding is that you have about a half a dozen carvings that you have at some point in the process, either conceptual, you've actually started on it, or you're almost finished with it.
I've probably got a half a dozen that I've actually started.
All right. Are you still married?
It will be a lot of. Yeah, last time I checked. Wife,
your
are we
daughter
still
still-
married? Ooh, she just gave me a look. I don't know.
Does your daughter still call you daddy?
Yes, she slips
The
in
Y at the end.
dad every so often now.
Oh, it's scary. That's scary, Chad. That's scary.
It's all, man.
You're about
You know
to
what
get
comes
demoted.
next.
You know that, right? There's about to be a
No.
demotion in the Rev Art household.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
know.
it's coming.
I'm way outnumbered.
Yes. How's Gary? All the people want to know how Gary's been.
Gary is stupendous. He is magnificent.
Moose.
He smells pretty bad. It's season for him. Yeah, yes, Ever.
Yeah,
It is.
yes,
It
Ever.
is. Dropping the wire is sad. So yeah.
And the Armada?
It's up for sale.
Okay. If you need an Armada, I
officially
know a
up for
guy that has
sale.
one. It's been recently gone through.
Definitely gone through and gone
Down here
through.
we say it's been gone through. In other words, he fixed all the broke stuff.
Man went through, gone through the whole thing, fixed it all
The whole
up.
thing right there. Baumhauer, isn't that
What's
his
up,
name?
Jenny? Boomhire, man.
Boomhire.
Ding
Hey, Jenny.
old Ford truck, man.
I hate to interrupt, fellas, but I have something for Chad that I'm going to be sending out soon. Again, you've seen this. I gave a preview the other day, and I asked everybody not to say anything. There you go, buddy.
Oh, I love it. That's so. I love it. That is
I'm going to be
disgusting.
sending that out this week.
Yes.
I thought you'd
Rubber
enjoy that.
ducky.
You're
Yeah.
Tell me
the
that's
one.
not metal.
You make bath time
That is
lots
metal.
of fun.
Rubber
So that'll be
ducky.
going out to you soon.
Oh, I love
Chad
it.
really worked. That's awesome.
And I will tell you, nobody ruined it. I heard you say that. I told or asked everybody not to say anything. No, nobody said anything. That is.
That's
I like
super
it.
dope, man. I love it. That's so
It
cool.
is. It is.
He showed me that, Chad. I might have peed just a little.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did just a bit. Yes.
That's so awesome. It's unbelievable.
Glad
Nice.
you like it.
Fava bean.
Wait, when did we go?
Nice Chianti.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all.
You guys
So tonight, when Ezra comes on, we were going to go over a couple quick things, really, just so he didn't have to cover them, kind of. You know what I mean? And I think we all might have had a little bit of thoughts on agents. You know, like our own personal experience that differ a little, but they're all kind of similar too, if that makes sense. Well, because we all have a little bit different needs, right? Like, for example, for me to be able to work and do lives, just as a quick example, I've got to be able to have times that I'm not paying attention to the chat. It's just the nature of what I do for a living. But that's kind of antithetical to the way the algorithm works, right? Because when it sends a surge in the room, for example, of viewers from the FYP, I may or may not even be paying attention. And the proper thing to do is, if you know there's a surge, to greet people, to recognize it, to say it. So the three of us kind of operate under a little bit different spectrum. And we kind of tend to manipulate the algorithm a little different ways than other people, because we don't push gifts and all of the things. We don't bug people to do stuff in the lives. So that also is antithetical. So that's what I mean. Each of you, your lives are a little bit different, but we all have to deal with some similar problems. Does that fair to say?
Yeah.
That tracks. Yeah.
So do you guys have a couple just observations from your perspective of like where the agency has impacted what you're trying to do specifically on social media?
In every way.
That's
Literally.
fair. Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, in every way that I needed, specifically for what I'm trying to accomplish here.
Right on.
I'm not trying to like gas it up or whatever, but that's just the truth. It's
Well,
helped me in many ways.
Yeah,
it comes in several.
he does a lot of. Oh, God.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say he does a lot of help, and like just knowing certain key information that we don't know,
Yeah.
and he directs us towards it. And what you do with that information is on you, right? And if you're goal driven, you're gonna achieve your goals. If not, then you're not gonna do it. But I think that's what we're here for tonight. Is hopefully everybody's goal driven.
Right. But you got to have a good idea of what it is that you're trying to do, though. And like another example would be you got to be willing to modify it if it isn't working, right? Like
Yeah.
complaining that TikTok is out to get you has a cap. Like you're only going to get so many followers that
cap.
way. Yes, you can get an audience that way, but the downside of it is the audience that you get isn't an audience that's interested in what you're doing. So you find yourself going on lives and there's nobody in the room, but you got 20,000 followers or 2,000 followers or whatever it is.
Well, I mean,
So that's
if
the
you,
other
if you
thing.
entertain
He
people
helps
by
you.
making armpit fart noises, you're going to have an audience of people who are entertained by armpit fart noises.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to think through and put the effort into kind of coming up with a concept. And he will help do that too. He also is able to help kind of like I run ideas by him. Hey, here's some show ideas, or here's some things that Chad and I were thinking, or here's some things that Ash and I were thinking, or here's something all three of us wanted to do together, or whatever. And he'll like tell you where the weaknesses are, where the problems might occur, or you know, some techniques or some methods on maybe how you might approach it that would be more TikTok friendly. And he does the same thing for us on Favorited, Big O, and other apps. So that's another thing that I think sometimes gets lost is people want to just bring an agent in and basically have the agent do all their stuff. And that ain't really the way it works. You got to have an idea of what you're trying to accomplish for him to be able to help you.
You mentioned
Yeah.
something like not changing something and not changing what you do. It's kind of like in the artwork, right? We nothing's so precious that you can't change it. You have to be able to redo something or erase, even if it's something you like and you're like, but it's not working. You have to rework it. And your lives are the same way. Your content is the same way. If it's not working, there's something wrong. And that's the nice thing about Ezra. He'll tell it to you. And it's he's not going to hold back, but he's also not going to browbeat you about it either. And that's a
Right.
good agent. You know, somebody who's like wanting to see you succeed, wanting to see you make changes, because you got to work with him. If you're not working with him, then what are you doing? You know, that's my point. Yeah.
And he's not. Look, let's think about this dynamic too. He's not there just to come by your live and give you gifts. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Right on. He is supposed to help you navigate TikTok and help you improve your content, should that be what you want to do. A lot of people mistake it for he's supposed to come in your lives and give you money. For what? What? Like, how is that a business model? You're going to bring somebody into your organization so that you can just hand them money to do whatever they want on a live. So expectations have to match
That is delusional.
reality sometimes would be the other thing, right? Like understanding what they actually do, which is why we wanted to have him on. Gentlemen, what do you think? Are we ready?
Oh yeah.
What do you say we break with protocol and see if we can summon him from the heavens, see if we can get him up in here? Because, you know, it may not be possible. So, Chad, would you please lead us in prayer?
Oh, great TikTok. Lord Ezra, come down from the heavens. We do not need you to rain coins upon us, rather your presence. Guys, I don't know if it's working yet. You're going to have to
I
all
don't know.
join me.
Lord Ezra, please come
Please,
talk
Ezra.
to us, Lord Ezra. Ash
Please,
Man has a
Ezra.
rash.
He's like,
Come in, Ezra.
He's like, y'all fools are early. Wait your turn.
I think I have a
Oh!
Volta sighting.
Answer.
Where is he?
Our prayers have been answered. Volta's here. Haley, Beth.
There
He has
is.
been summoned.
There he is. That's
Haley,
scary
Beth.
how
There we
efficient
go.
that was.
There we go.
Oh,
I know.
goodness. Oh my goodness, we're going to be in so much
Did I
trouble.
make it? Am I here?
We can.
Who did
Get
it?
the layout
Who did
squared
it?
away here.
Hey everybody, Mr. Mondo, Lord James. I say, Chuck
Oh
Mama
my-
T.
What's happening, sir?
I'm excited. You got the people in here tonight. What y'all
How
got
are
going
you?
on over here?
Well, we were just started the discussion on the like kind of what you do and what you don't do and how expectations should match reality kind of thing, and that your job isn't to go into lives and just shower people with gifts, because that doesn't really make sense as a business model. And that's kind of where we were at this point. And then we started praying, and you arrived. I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail for that.
Well, I'm just regular old me. I don't need all that. You know, you just, I'm always here.
Of course, oh Lord.
Of course,
Yes,
Lord. Lord Ezra. That's what any
Gosh.
benevolent Lord would say. So,
So,
Oh my
okay, so
gosh.
where do we start?
so Ezra, just thank you. First of all, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. I know that you're incredibly busy, and that this isn't always the easiest thing for you to do. So thank you for your time and your expertise, and also for coming when we prayed for you.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I wouldn't have missed this for anything, of course, and I'm just glad to be here. I mean, I'm on the Ginn Project show, guys. Do you like what?
That's pretty cool. I'm excited, man. This is the first time you've actually been on the show as a person on the show. That's cool.
I'm pretty stoked too.
So Ezra, maybe let's start with the lights there before we get a little deeper into things. Yeah, just right out of the gates, there'll be some. There's Victoria in the chat, and Victoria, we're going to kind of break it down for you. It's a little more complex than just kind of a one sentence question. So we're going to start out with the basics of like what it is that an agency in general, not a specific agent. Oh, there he oh man, he's on camera too. What? So just in general terms, what do agencies do? Not specifically Volta, but in general terms,
Right.
relative to TikTok, what function are agencies supposed to fill? And why did they come about?
So we are here to, initially when we started, it was here for live training, live guidance, right? Initially when the live platform was somewhat fresh. And then of course that somewhat evolved into, hey Miss Mo, and that somewhat evolved into more than just that, right? Of course a lot of agencies are more so battle agencies. But, you know, I like to take that to the next level. Thank you so much, Sever. You guys don't have to send me anything. I like to take that to the next level and provide you guys more than just that, more than just battling, more than just being a live agency. Of course, you know, even on the video side, of course, we're live managers. So we don't have the same tools on the video side that we do for the live side. But, of course, I still try to do what I can for my Volta members on every side of TikTok. So growth and help and guidance.
And that help and guidance is helping that person execute their own plan, with the caveat that you feed information that would be helpful to the decision making process about how you do your lives and what your content's going to be and all that kind of thing.
Correct. And of course here especially, there's never, as you all know, being members, there's never a one plan fits all for anyone. I really try my best to curate my management specifically for you all and what you're trying to do. And, I'm not here to tell you what not to do or, don't enjoy yourself and focus on this. My stance here is to help you do what you want to do. I don't care what it is. I'll help you out and try to help you find success in that here on TikTok.
You mean the three of us don't do shows the exact same?
All kinds, Victoria. The answer to that question, I can answer that for you. All kinds. I'm talking about from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all kinds. Absolutely.
That is correct.
And
we have a huge community here at Volta.
What we were saying right before you came on was that what we felt, or I felt like, let me just say that sometimes people missed was the agent isn't someone who's supposed to come in and write your stuff for you and do your stuff for you. The agent is someone, you're supposed to have a plan, and the agent helps you execute that plan. If you don't have a plan, Ezra's a good dude and will help you come up with a plan. But that's the other misconception I think that I've seen a lot sometimes is they think if you get an agent, then the agent does all the work for you, and you just go on your lives and look pretty, I guess, and people like you or something. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, and that's not the goal. Like, the goal would be to help you obtain that yourself naturally. So that if that's something that you're seeking, and that's one of the first questions I like to ask people, what is it that you want to do on TikTok? What's important to you? Growth, live income, whichever. And those we can kind of focus on, and that way I can kind of manage you in that direction. But to expect that from one person or any person at all is just never a good thing, especially your live managers. That's not why we're here. But we can absolutely, through guidance, help you get to that if that's something that you want, that you need. So,
correct me if I misspeak here, but just to give a little background, to my understanding, the reason that TikTok decided to have agents in the first place is when they first started, it was top heavy. In other words, the people that had big names like rock stars and movie stars and people like that sucked up all of the traffic because of that. And they brought people like you in to help the average person that doesn't have a whole team of people managing their social media.
Absolutely.
To help people like the average people like us navigate it and find success. Is that a fair way to say how it started?
Well, I wouldn't say it's quite fair because I would never refer to you all as just average.
All right, fair enough.
But definitely, I mean, that definitely being a very important point there, yes. Obtaining management relations with creators so we can help guide them and, of course, help make this a better space and platform for the viewers as well, but also, too, managing creators, helping them harness that potential so that they can tap, go live, and do this, too. Of course, we have the ability to enable live access. So bypassing whatever follower amount they have set now, we can get you going immediately. And usually I would say that it's not as easy for those just starting off initially, just because typically when you start going live, you already have 1,000 followers. And, you already have a decent amount of people that may come in. You may have some good base traffic from focusing on your videos, grinding up those 1,000 followers. But I mean, I work with creators who start at zero. Javi, I mentioned Javi before. Javi actually, he started with us at zero. You have to start over, but we put a great plan together for him too, and he's doing excellent. So I mean, from the ground up, I'm here to help you, but I'm not here to do it for you. There's been many instances where people have said, I don't want an agent, I don't want to join an agency because I can do it myself. Well, I hope you can do it yourself because...
I said that.
You did.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Yeah, I would certainly hope that you can do it yourself. But I mean, even, there's a lot of creators that I don't converse with frequent. There's some that I do talk with frequently. And I mean, I'm always kind of here in the background doing things or watching you all or putting things together. So, I mean, even if you don't want that, it's ready for you when you ask for it.
Right. All right. So one of the things that I talk to people about when they ask me, my approach is that, like, I kind of send you a message maybe every week or two, just touching base. Hey man, everything's fine, whatever. And then, when I have a question or something, of course I'll reach out, or if we've got a project coming up, we coordinate that kind of thing. But I recommend to people that they don't bug you over stupid stuff, like that. And you always push back on that because you're like, no, I want you to hit me with everything. And surely there's some middle ground there, though, right? Like, what kinds of things?
It's kind of hard.
What kinds of things are you best able to help? And then we'll talk about some of the things that people think you can do that you can't.
So that's kind of a tough one to answer because even things that I don't have tools for, even things that I don't have access for, I'm still going to try to do what I can for you all. And I wouldn't say that, don't waste my time with stupid stuff or stupid questions, just because I think it's super important. Right. I think it's super important for you all to be informed. And if you have any questions, that's the best way to understand this platform is by asking questions. And not only that, there's so many videos on misinformation, things you should do, shouldn't do, when everything is so much more simple than that. And being able to bounce things off of me, even funny, wacky videos that may not make sense that are telling you to do something to get engagement. Well, that's a great reason to have a manager here with that direct contact with TikTok who can tell you that's not the case. Or just for my years in working here or just my experience overall, just telling you that that's just technologically not a case that can happen.
Gotcha. Well, so...
Mr. Rick.
So basically... what you tell people, what I've heard you say over and over, it is ask all the questions. Like, if you're curious, just ask. The dude will answer. Like, if you don't know, if you're not sure, because here's where I came from. I came on TikTok. All I was going to do is do some time-lapse kind of stuff of me working. I run into Chad. Chad's like, hey, man, can you help me with my lives? I need somebody to do the chat kind of thing. And he's like, oh, by the way, you're going to be riding with me, so you're probably going to need an agent because we got haters. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just got here.
You do have haters. One thing I will say.
So I had a conversation with you. I had no idea why I would need an agent or what agents were even for, and even like how all of it worked. But I can say this: I've at least signed my 1-year renewal, so it's been more than a year, almost 2 years, I think, actually. And not once have you ever asked me for money. So.
Why would
Chad
I do that?
And Ash must be paying. Chad and Ash.
That was my first 2 questions. Yeah.
So really quick, I caught a question here. And welcome in, Mr. Rick. Welcome in, everyone. Severed. Monique asked, Ezra, what is your favorite superhero? Well, you know what, Miss Monique? My favorite superhero is Galactus.
The world.
Wow.
Nice.
This is my favorite superhero.
That is awesome.
I love Galactus. Yes. It's very misunderstood, but
I get it.
Victoria, it doesn't cost anything. 0. It doesn't cost a dime. He gets paid by TikTok. He gets paid by TikTok to help us navigate TikTok. That's why it makes sense.
Right.
I've never paid him a dime. In fact, That's why I was making the point earlier that his job isn't to come into our lives and throw money at us. And in part, I was saying that because I knew that later the topic was going to come up. And that's why I was saying, what kind of business model would it be if every client he brought on, his only job was to go in their live and give them money? And some people think that's what an agent does.
That is true.
That's funny because
and
when I was going to quit. I'd had a run of like really bad situations going on, and I was like, I'm done. I'm burned out. And then somebody contacted me about being on a show and another show, and I said, fine, I'll do it.
Twisted his arm, really.
And then you were talking about Ezra, and I was like, agency, I don't know, and then you're like talking about it, and you shoot straight. So I was like, all right, cool. And you were right, good dude, just tells you what you need. He's hands-on as much and hands-off as much as you want. So that's the one thing I like, is that I'm not getting inundated with stuff. I'm not getting pressured to do stuff. But if I have a question, I ask and I get an answer. So that's fantastic. And it really helps with what you're doing on here.
Yes.
It's important to reach out to your managers. Those of you who have managers, absolutely reach out to us. I love to hear your questions, your issues. That way I can help you out, because obviously there may be something you don't understand. And of course we can talk about that and gain some understanding, and from that growth, right? And not only that too, you can in turn help others out. I hear Ginn and Chad and Ash and Eve and Rick. I hear a lot of you all repeat a lot of the things that we have discussed to others as well, to help encourage them to better their platform. You all actually do listen, and the results that you all the results that you all have as well are just absolutely amazing. And I just really enjoy what I do. I enjoy being here for you all. And yeah, that's the most important part, reaching out to your manager. And sometimes if we don't respond immediately, my creators, you all know, after a little while, start blowing me up, because those messages kind of come in like a live feed sometimes. And never, ever is there a moment where I want to miss a message from anyone. I want to be there for all of you if I can. So, of course, reach out. Check your Discords. Blow me up. It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
I can't imagine how hard it is for you to keep up with messages specifically on TikTok, because I have trouble keeping up with Yes,
so, absolutely. Don't try to have a conversation with me on, I hate to say this, and I know it's so bad to say, but if I were to show you all my inbox, it's crazy. Okay, I do get a lot of shares from our creators. I get a lot of messages from our creators, but also other creators, and I also help some creators in other agencies. So I always say to reach out to me in Discord. I prioritize all contact in Discord. Okay, or WhatsApp now, I guess, as well.
We won't tell anybody.
But also remember,
and if you guys need my Discord, it's yes. My Discord is Ezra Volta. It's public. It's open. Anyone can message me, and I will actually share that after.
Thanks for coming in, everybody. Good to see you. Oh man. Is that Ezra?
Gotcha!
He says after. Hold on.
This dude, man.
Yeah.
That's what I was playing.
Oh, thank you.
That's challenged
Thank
me.
you.
So, guys, literally, my Discord is Ezra Volta, one whole word. And I'll type it down here. Feel free to add me on Discord as well if you have any questions, if you want to chat. Add me there, all right? It's okay.
After riding in that lime green Escort that you drive when we were in Atlanta, I now feel bad that you sent me a Galaxy, man. I mean, I
quit.
That lime green Escort was rough, man. It was smoking and golly,
blooming
dude.
bouquets.
What's up?
So
we need to
there,
talk, Lumen.
yes. Well, here, let's talk about that. There is a process. So for those people that do have questions that would like to ask to inquire about, what you got going on, they can do that through Discord, or
I prefer Discord. You can message me on TikTok. I'm going to ask you if you have Discord, just because it's going to be a delayed situation, and I could run the risk of missing your message. So I will try to give you my number, Discord, WhatsApp, just to move it off of here.
once they get in touch with you, and that's up to them to get in touch with you, but once they get in touch with you, what is the process? I know that, and I'm absolutely shocked that this doesn't apply to me, but I know that there are denials. I know that you do deny some people. Like I said, I think I'm grandfathered in and I'm safe now. But
Walk lightly.
But what is that process? Yeah.
So yes, to join, of course. Yes, there are people who are turned down. Sometimes I have people off the bat that are messaging me, asking me, how many gifts are you going to send me, and all of this. And it's like, are you wanting management, or I'm not an ATM machine? But it's natural. I mean, naturally, I support my creators here at Volta Agency, so it's not really something you should ask for. You're doing what you need to do. Chances are you'll see me pop up eventually. But the process is simple. You can tap the link in my bio. Of course, I will have details on just your recent live history. But of course, that's not necessarily something that is, if you don't have enough followers, if you don't go live often, again, that's what I'm here for. So if I see that potential in you, of course, I'm going to pull you in, and I'm going to work with you to try to get you where you want to be. And, if you don't see it in yourself, I'm going to help you see it. And hopefully, we do some great things. But it's not just something I can do on my own, right? That's something that we have to work together on. And of course, communication is key. So blowing me up and contacting me about any little question or issue, I think is going to be important. And then sometimes you'll just randomly hear from me as well, especially if you're doing your thing. So
You got like super positivity plus realism.
Lisa!
That's the nice
There's
thing.
Lisa.
Positive but realistic
Fire
about
puppet.
what he can and can't do.
Well, and let's talk about that a little bit, Ash. That's a good point, because that's the other thing that's been critical to me and Chad, I know. For those of us that kind of follow our own moral compass, you might say, for example, let's take the battles, for example. Battles are a big thing on TikTok. Chad and I went to Ezra and just said, look, man, we're not if you have to throw us out of the agency, if we're supposed to do battles, then you should start the paperwork, because we're not doing that. And we explained, here's our mission, here's what we're trying to do, and battling is kind of antithetical to the whole thing that we're doing. But Ezra supported us in that. Not one time has he ever been like, oh, well, you need to, and not even like the dad speech where he's trying to kind of convince you to do something that you don't want to do. He was like, okay, we'll figure out how to work around that. And we still managed to get numbers, and we still managed to do okay. And we don't do some of the key things you normally would want to do. We don't do battles, for example. We don't ask people for gifts. We don't ask people for shares or likes or any of that. But inherently, the people in our chat take care of it. They know, they understand. Right now, we're in the top 10% of D2. And it's because of the people in our chat. So there are some reasons why people wouldn't be accepted in their agency, but those reasons would be really outrageous stuff, pretty much. Fair to say?
Yeah, somewhat. Normally, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. So, I've gotten pretty good at just working with people. It's not a matter of, I accept anyone and everyone. I don't care who you are, what you want to do, as long as it's within the community guidelines. But, just being respectful, and then just showing that you're wanting to do what you need to do. And, as long as we can communicate clear, that being an important part, then I'm totally here to try to help you out however you need, right? And I'm pretty relentless with it as well. I don't give up.
Well, I'm also here to testify that even the hours. Now, I don't want to say too much and cause you headaches later, because I think people ought to do their part, right? I'm aware. I think people ought to put their share of the work in. Whatever you're able and capable of doing, I think that's what should happen. But
Right.
how do I say this? It's really up to the person to run their own lives, right?
Yes.
It's up to you to craft your own approach and your own way of doing it. And you kind of see
Absolutely.
the agent as the person that helps you navigate that, right? Not the person that executes it for you, the person that helps you navigate through that process together.
Right. Right.
And
Helping you follow through with what it is you want to do, and helping put the pieces together so that we can hopefully get to where it is you're trying to go.
And for Chad and I both, I don't want to speak for Ash on this particular point, just experientially, but for me and for Chad both, there have been times when we're like, Ezra, we got stuff going on, man. We're not going to be able to do as many lives or whatever this month, or, we're not, and you always, every single time that's come up, you've always been like, man, IRL. You got to take care of IRL first. And when we got out of our meeting, I was like, Chad, what the is IRL? And he's like, in real life. I'm like, oh.
In real life.
But that is another reality, right? Like, the other thing that I appreciate so much about what you do, Ezra, and the reason I'm willing to promote you publicly is that part of it, man. Is that I've seen my friends reach out to you, and I've seen how you responded to them. I've reached out to you, and I've seen how you responded to me. And your priority is the person first. Your priority isn't their account. It isn't just accounts for you. It's human beings. And
Absolutely,
you have been with Chad and I back in the day when some dark things happened, some tough times came and went, and you were there, and you weren't hassling anybody about hours or coming back anytime soon or any of that.
right?
You just would reach out every once in a while and be like, hey, let me know if you need anything. I'm here still. And
That's right.
That to me speaks to your character.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the
I
things he
appreciate
just did. He just did for me like a couple weeks ago. I was on a live, and I was not feeling it. I was doing poorly, and he came in, are you okay, buddy? Kind of a wellness check. You okay, pal? And it was very helpful for me, actually, to know somebody was actually caring about how I was running my live at that point and how I was doing. Not just the live, but how I was doing. And we talked a bit,
Yes.
we hung out for a while, and then I just started going because I got that positive reinforcement. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I pick up on things like that. I watch you all the time. Even those who I don't communicate with frequently, I'm watching your live. And of course, thank you.
That's
and
right,
of course,
he's
even
fine.
watching your live. Yeah, I mean, I may not, I may save it for when you need it, like I said, but at the same time, if there's something significant or extreme or irregular, as we call it here, I'm going to let you know. But yeah, I'm here for you guys. This is honestly you all's agency. I just run it. So
Right. Well, so
thank you.
give the folks, if you don't mind, some just simple tips, some really easy, simple stuff that's easy to remember that you see commonly people make this mistake, and it's really easily correctable if they just do it. I'll
Could you
give you
repeat
one.
that last part one more time.
So things that are correctable if they just do it just easily. Like an example would be making sure your camera lens is clean, making sure you're lit up enough that people can see you. That's what I mean. Stuff like that.
Yes. Okay. So I might kind of, manage her out here for a second, but so yes, those are extremely important things. Wiping off your camera. There actually used to be a point in time back originally when we first started, because I was a part of the original first group of agencies, and our AMs would actually go through and clear our creators that we would have apply. And one morning I woke up, we had over like 20 people that applied, and I submitted them all, and I woke up to 15 rejections. So this is back when TikTok would go through and they would say, nope, 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 yes, nope, nope. And 15 people got rejected out of the bunch. And why? It was low quality QR. That means that their camera was too blurry. Their camera was dirty. And all they have to do is just wipe off their camera, and then we went through the process again, and then of course they passed. That's something really important to get in the habit of doing, because one thing that you guys have to realize is that the AI is scanning, and it can detect your face. And if it can't detect your face too well, you're going to be getting a lot of puzzle pieces. Your traffic's not going to be moving at a great rate. It's just going to have negative effects on your live. In fact, as of this month, they have a new policy where you can't have still images on live, or else you can get a violation. And actually, that violation can affect us now as well. So, of course, encouraging those creators who typically go live and just have still images up, just do an audio live. Don't necessarily just go live and turn off your camera. Just do an audio live. And, that way the AI isn't working against you, because you're kind of in a more chill mode with your broadcast. But yes, wiping off your camera is extremely important. If your camera's blurry, you may have an issue with traffic, right? A few other things as well that are really important to make sure that you pay attention to, and this will help provoke a higher live feed percentage. A lot of you all, Voltas, you all know about this as we do our reviews, how important that live feed is, and I typically like to see it above 60%. That means that you're getting some good traffic flow, good exposure. That's more important to me than anything else, that you all are getting exposure for the time that you're spending on live. So yes, I do pick your lives apart. I will review them with you and make sure that our cameras are clean. We have good signal. Having a good signal is so important. If your signal's in the red, forget it. Okay? Your traffic's not going to be moving great. Even if your connection's in the green, you still need it to be the best, strongest connection possible if you're really pushing for that exposure and traffic. Okay? Chad, you remember we went through this initially, right?
Yeah.
When he first joined, and when anyone first joins, that's the first thing that I'm doing, is I'm really analyzing your traffic, and I'm checking out your impressions, and I'm looking on ways that we can improve it, or finding out things that are obstructing it. And of course, I even offered to send Chad a router, to get things going.
I ended up having to pick up that booster because I live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That reminds me, that's another thing he did. He entered us, like Chad and I do things that are loud. So we were having problems with sound. He entered us into a contest, and we happened to win the drawing, and we ended up with noise canceling mics that we use. Like I can use it when I'm out milling or when I'm doing some of those things. There's an example right there.
Laura was asking a good question actually down there about how does that affect artwork with still images, that sort of thing, like when we're working.
So, of course, a lot of our artists here at Volta, we know how important camera angles are, and that's something that everyone tries to find their best camera angle. And one of the main things I always tell you all, especially too with art, being an artist, you guys have a few things that may work against you accidentally. And of course, through me observing, again, I'm always watching you all. I'm always watching the analytics and the numbers. And one thing that I notice is what helps you all a lot is when you get ready to go live to do your art, it's always great to have a piece or something on display along with it so that you're not presenting a blank canvas. Okay? Also, too, before you guys start going live and you're just starting to work on your painting, get in front of the camera. Welcome everybody, right? Spend at least a good few minutes warming up your live. Give your notifications time to push out. Give the AI time to really kind of, gauge what it's going to do for you there, but give it everything it needs. Give interaction. right? Victoria, welcome into the live. Salty Volt, welcome in. Things as simple as that. Not only that, me
Right.
saying that, Salty, Victoria, when I say your name, you guys are like, wait, what? Right? You're getting the viewer's attention because it's up to them whether or not they want to stay in the live or not. You know, we don't have control over that.
Yeah.
So it's about you all down there in the chat. And a lot of what I do is trying to, you know, pull you guys down there sometimes and really just, you know, understand that that's what it's about. It's not about viewers, you know, viewers. I don't care about viewers. You all know this. I hate viewers. What I care about, what do I care about? What's most important?
Impressions.
Impressions. I care about your
thought it was
impressions
me.
and your followers. That too.
Right,
Impressions,
Salty,
of course,
right.
are the number of times your broadcast has been seen through the FYP. So that's giving me a good vantage of your traffic. Sometimes I have creators come to me and they're like, my traffic's so bad, can you fix it? And I'm like, well, actually, your traffic's good. Your impressions came in at over 60,000. So your live was seen in the live feed over 60,000 times. But your viewers is something that we need to work on, right? But that's not something that we can just flick a switch and make them come in, right? How do we encourage those tap-ins? Well, we may need to up our engagement or interaction. Are you greeting people? Are you welcoming people? You know,
Better
I use
content.
my party analogy. Right. I use my party analogy. Think of it as you being the host of a party, right? And people are coming in and you don't know them, they don't know you, but your objective is to be the best host you can be so everyone can have a great time. Welcoming people in the door, showing them where everything is. Bathroom's over there. Can I get you a drink? Getting people to feel comfortable there in your space
And
that
that's
you're
the-
in control of.
That's the nice
You know?
thing. I follow people down in the chat because I like the person. You know, it's
People
not.
is hard.
I like the art, and I like the creation and that sort of thing. But
Right.
the person is the sale basically. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So impressions, well, that's telling me that you're getting good exposure. You're actually running through the feeds pretty heavy. So, you know, impressions being the most important. And then I don't know if you guys, another reason why you guys may need a manager, so you can get insight on those, because I don't know if they deliver those to you guys in your data yet. They may. No? Get a manager.
No, I don't believe
And-
it.
No, we don't get impressions.
And then, of course-
we don't get impressions. We get views.
Okay. So, and then of course, too, followers being the next one, because of course, who are getting your notifications when you go live? When you post a video, who's going to be, who's in their FYP and who's going to see that first? Your followers. So getting to the point to where you're able to start building a good following, but also too, you guys know, focusing on the live duration, quality, live history, health. Those are secrets for our Volta members. Get into it, you know,
Right.
to really boost that traffic, get those numbers up, get those impressions going. You know, it's important for those to fall in place, because usually everything else falls into place once you guys get the hang of really reminding people, don't forget to tap that plus up there. If you guys are not following Ginn, what are you doing? Right? Sometimes little things like that, and even being able to see that in the data, like you've got a lot of people coming in, but they're not following, so you need to remind people to follow you, you know, and just things of that nature. So yeah, followers and impressions being the most important. Followers, they're going to be some of the first people that show up in your live, and usually they average the longest watch duration for your broadcast. So those being the most important. I don't really care too much about viewers. Those are people who come and go, right? People like to flex their viewer numbers and such, but who cares, you know? If they're not following, if they're not engaging, if they're not interacting, then that's, you know, it's not conducive.
Another thing I've heard you say that I thought was crucial, and it made me have even more respect for you, honestly, is you were saying that you have to put in the effort. Like you have to be willing to put in the work. You mentioned earlier, you said to grind out those first 1,000. That's the way you described it, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's essentially putting in the work, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it is not your role or your job or your responsibility to make those viewers that are in the FYP come in. And that's the thing that I respected you. You said, you know, you got, even if you've only got 2 people or 1 person or nobody in your room, you got to understand there are people out in the FYP watching you, trying to decide whether or not to come in your room. So if you're in your room and you're being a sourpuss and you're complaining about how many people are not in your room, nobody from the FYP is going to come into your room.
That's
so
like the first 5 minutes, right? The first 5 minutes. Even though there's a goose egg up in the upper corner, keep talking, keep doing your show, keep going. Because those people in the FYP, they're not going to want to come in if you're just sitting there looking at the camera and waiting. So
you got to warm it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to, and we haven't talked about this yet, but I wanted to throw this out there and see where it lands. You've got to be careful who you let in your live. You can't let just any damn fool in your live. It'll wreck your live.
Yeah.
This is very true, especially with our battlers. And this is something that, you know, I have to go over with our battlers more than once. Of course, we've got a lot of battlers. Most of our artists don't like battling, but we do have a lot of battlers. We do lots of that too. And the main thing that's important for them to know is be careful who you're connecting with. Because realize that any type of traffic restriction that's reducing their traffic will be reducing your traffic. If they're on live doing a lot of cursing, if they're, you know, if they have their shirt off or something, anything that's somewhat restricting their traffic, once you connect with them, it's going to reduce everyone's traffic to the lowest point. So whoever, even if you're in a 4 match, right? All 4 of us, even if you all have good traffic, you have a little bad traffic, and I have really bad traffic because I have really bad traffic, you all are going to be subject to my traffic. So one person can pull you down. And I mean, that's something that I hate to tell creators when I see that, especially when it's someone that I see the match with late, you know, quite frequently. And it's like, well, that person's actually they're holding you down, you know, they're holding you back. So either reach out to them on the side and let them know what's kind of obstructing and causing them a restriction that's affecting you, or find someone else to match with, you know?
You described it to me, I believe, long ago, and if I'm not mistaken, the way you described it was, it's like when you go live, you open an umbrella and it's raining out, and anybody you let come in under your umbrella is the people you brought up in boxes, and whatever restrictions their accounts have, you now have under your umbrella. So you are brought down to the lowest common denominator. Whoever's got the worst account that you're hanging out with, that's your feed while you're with them.
It's going to affect everybody. That's right.
And there's some lingering effects once they leave as well, if you're not careful, depending on what the problems were.
Yes.
So
those are non-recommendations. You don't want an NR. NRs are really bad. How would you know? I would tell you, and not only that, you would have a flat line. Okay, your traffic would be flatline, and it would need to be in solo mode. Realize that multi-guest traffic flows differently than solo. That's why I always tell you guys to start your live off in solo mode, so that you guys are able to hopefully get an initial surge that grants you lots of exposure that leads you into your multi-guest or leads you into your battles. You know you have a surge when you see a lot of people entering the live. And in those moments, you should stop what you're doing and start welcoming them into the live, right? Bring them up to speed on what you guys are talking about. Bring them into the live. Don't just let them sit there as a viewer entering.
Remember, you got to say that's something I had to learn, and y'all taught me. Chad helped me with this. You helped me with this. It's insanity, but you have to repeat yourself, because if you have a 1 minute and 10-second watch time, that is huge. So you can imagine every 5 minutes, there's some new people in there that don't have any idea what's going on. So you got to find that balance of repeating important information.
Yes, and taking advantage of the tools that TikTok gives you. You can set a message, a welcome message. You can set a topic. They have all kinds of cool tools that you can take advantage of. And that's why I love TikTok so much. They really do provide a lot of cool tools that help you all interact with your audience and engage. So definitely taking advantage of those and really welcoming people in, bring them into the conversation. You know, sometimes you may not be able to, you may be painting, you're in the middle of a flow state. In those moments, I say that you guys are inviting us in your space. So we shouldn't expect much, you know, interaction between you all in your strokes and such. So, you know, that is a different story. And in most cases too, sometimes you guys do crazy with your flow states. You guys aren't even paying attention, right? But that is also linked to you guys have such amazing mods. Like shout out to the mod squad, Laura, Severed, Spurs,
Kim,
just Haley, and then as well, just really helping, you know, guide people into the live. That's an important thing. Having some really good mods. It's important.
Very true.
Can help keep you away from a violation as well.
Yes. Oh, hey, could you? That's a good transition. Can you kind of explain to us the difference between a restriction, a violation, and a non-recommendation?
Absolutely. Well, one of the big perks for being in an agency is that we can reappeal those violations. So if you ever
MC, that's what I'm saying. MC. We all love that dude, man.
He's amazing. Oh my gosh. If you guys are not following, first of all, you all should be following each other here in the comments. If you guys are not following one another, tap these boxes. Go check out these profiles. These are amazing artists in here, first of all. I'm seeing Salty, MC, Victoria, Mondo. Chuck is a great supporter as well. He's always there. Like just so many awesome people here. I encourage you all to just tap the viewers and just go down and follow everybody because everyone in here is amazing.
Follow them all.
But getting back,
Pokemon.
yes, right. So getting back onto topic, the difference between restrictions, violations, and ours. So restrictions, that's more of like kind of like a soft warning. How I like to mention it to people is imagine public broadcasting TV. You don't see commercials with people smoking. You don't hear a lot of cursing. You don't see a lot of nudity. Well, that same kind of standard that they have to apply by, so does TikTok. And when they're pushing you through the FYP, that's not something they have to do, and that's not a guarantee. That's considered advertisement. So if you're smoking, if you're vaping, you're going to probably gain a restriction and you won't get a lot of visibility. And you may see a restriction message pop up. Due to what's going on in this live, your live feed traffic is disabled, right? And what that pretty much means that you're doing something in this live that we can't actively promote in our feed or will get in trouble, right? So that's that. And that's just them like taking you out of the live feed. They're not shadow banning you, right? Just because technically you don't have, they don't have a set expectation to have to push people through the feeds, right? So just really understanding that restriction is, there's something or some element in the live that's taking place and they can't provide visibility or exposure to your live because of some element. The restriction messages that typically pop up are very informative. A lot of the time, they're telling you exactly what's happening. But sometimes these pop up being invalid. In those moments, you tap appeal and carry on with your live. Pay attention to a few things after this. Does your traffic warm back up? Are you noticing that no one's entering your live after the restriction, even a good 5 minutes after? Then it's sticking, right? And sometimes, too, it may come back as being, you may appeal it and they deny your appeal, but then I'm sitting here watching and then your traffic starts surging again. So, yes, welcome in, everyone. So definitely the restrictions and such definitely just pay attention to what the message says. If you know you were doing something wrong and it says no visibility for you, you appeal it and it comes back being denied and you don't see your traffic warm back up, that's when you do a reset. How do you reset your live? You end it and you do not immediately go back live, okay? I see so many, as I'm reviewing data, I see so many, lives where they ended it and literally a second later they go back live. Honestly, anytime you end your live and you need to go back live, wait like a good few minutes. Give things time to kind of reset there in the system. If you immediately go back live, whatever issue that you could have been having could still be persisting. So it's really important to make sure whenever you're resetting, especially after restriction, wait a good 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go take a bathroom break, get a drink, reset yourself, and then go and reset your live. But don't immediately go back live. And then, of course, violations. Violations, of course, if you're an agency, you all know, you guys get these. I'm pretty much reaching out to you not too long after it happens. And one reason for that is because I don't like to waste time on violations, just because the exchange that has to take place for our reappeal, the quicker the better, but also, too, I don't like you all not being able to spend any time on live. If you're wanting to go live and you got a violation in the way, and of course you know you didn't do anything wrong, do what I can to get you back on live. That's what I'm here for. So in the case of a violation, if you have a manager, what you should do is definitely reach out to them if it was invalid, meaning that something happened and you know you didn't do anything, right? And of course, not doing anything, when they ask you, well, what happened? Don't say, well, I didn't do anything. Explain to me what not doing anything was. I was sitting in a box chatting, and we were just talking about this, and then it cut out. And it's really important for this extra information. And sometimes I'm watching and I'll capture it happening. And I can't turn the audio on for all the lives at once, right? But I'm typically watching, and sometimes I'll see the live cut out and then I get a notification and I'm reaching out to you. What happened? Asking you what happened, because then I have to take that information and I'm arguing with the actual support team that enacted the violation. So I'm not going and just pressing a button or anything. I'm actually kind of appealing your case and using the information that you provided to me to add context to the violation to fight for your restoration. Even in the case sometimes you all do some really bad things, I'm still going to try to fight to get you back on live. So violations. Violations occur when you just totally violate a community guideline. It's really important to gain familiarity. You all should be, you guys should be beyond familiar with the community guidelines at this point.
They got
even
community
if you haven't
guidelines?
read them.
I'm kidding.
Even if you haven't read them, you should
Yeah,
have
those
an
things that we
understanding.
stepped over when we started.
I seem to have something on my boot.
Yep,
You
there
guys-
they are.
Everyone should.
We got them.
So it's really important to become familiar with these, just because, of course, becoming familiar with them can keep you away from restrictions and things that can reduce your traffic, right? So it's really important to understand what you can and can't do. Of course, if you have a manager and you don't understand the community guidelines, reach out to them. I'm glad to summarize it into a quick few things of do's and don'ts, okay? As I did earlier for you guys, right?
The PBS
Can't do that
example is
here.
pretty
but-
good.
Yes,
The PBS
yeah, the
example is
PBS.
pretty good.
Yeah, just yeah.
Victoria had a question about an earlier one. And she said she stops
Yes,
hers
ma'am.
at an hour and then starts back up in 30. Is that good, or should I be doing longer chunks?
Don't do that.
I was going to
Don't
say,
do
that's
that.
why I wanted to revisit it, because that's not a good idea, Victoria.
Yes, that's a terrible
Please
idea. Why? Well,
Please elaborate.
this goes into a little bit of the secret sauce. I like to spend time talking about this after onboarding, typically, but you're fudging up your live history. Okay, you want to have you want to conclude your lives with as long of a live session as you can possibly do in that moment. So the longer the live session, the better. If you have a bunch of fragmented lives, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, what's going to happen is that the AI is going to be less hesitant with encouraging viewers into your live initially, because it thinks you're a flight risk. So that initial surge that I like to see in our healthy creators, as I do the reviews, I always like to look for that initial surge, right? But of course, not seeing that, seeing it super delayed or such, typically what you would see if you're resetting a lot. And that being that could be a good 30 minutes or an hour for you to fully warm up your live and to really start seeing a decent flow of traffic that a lot of the other creators who are going live, steady and for longer durations are experiencing. Also, too, it's really important to keep the gap between your last live and your next live as small as possible as far as days. So if you take a break and it's been about a good 3 days, you want to get back on live. You don't want it to get any longer than that, or you're going to notice that you slid back a little bit on your viewership and impressions. And you got to build that live history back up so you can get back to where your impressions and viewerships are coming in as they should. Don't reset it. If things are flowing and things are good, just keep it going. And even if things seem slow, give it time. You might be surprised.
Yeah, I've started out with like 2, 3, or 4, and it took like an hour to an hour and a half. All of a sudden, I've got 60 people coming in. So
exactly.
It's like a downhill, right? It's kind of like walking downhill. You get faster and faster and faster.
Salty.
Monique, I'm like 20 questions back here, but Monique said, "Can I inform viewers of being a subscriber, or is that a violation?"
Can you inform viewers of being a subscriber?
I think she might be saying, can I ask people to subscribe, or can I tell people that that's an option, or maybe something like that?
Absolutely. First of all, it wouldn't be an issue to even say it now because we don't have subscriptions anymore. Now we have the super fan system, and I actually have. At first, I wasn't too fond of it, but I've actually grown to like it for a couple of reasons, because it brings the subscribers over to the viewers, the tappers, your other viewers as well, right? Kind of merges the two. And, not only that, your subscription, you only level that up each month as you renew your subscription, but now it's a part of the Superfan badge. So you have a more kind of robust system underneath that kind of mechanic there, while you're still able to offer whatever it is that you want to through your subscriptions. Of course, that being a thing that I like to really work on our creators when they get in that mode, when they get to that point and they really want to build their subscriptions, or they come to me. Of course, you all know, there's different things that you can do to encourage that. And if you've done, some of you all have, giveaways, some of you have different things going on there in your super fans now, I guess. And what other way would people know that you have, that you have what's going on if you don't tell them? So absolutely, you tell people that you've got that, and you may have something, you may do something monthly with that or something. Let them know, right? But if you're doing the giveaways and stuff, don't say that on live. You guys want to make a short video and point people over to your video. Check out my pinned video so you can know what we have going on, and so you can figure out how to participate or such, right? You don't want to say that on live because you run the risk of getting a violation for scams, and I forgot what that category is. It's like scams and something is what it's called. So
scams and ashmans.
Victoria had a question, and we addressed this in the meeting earlier today. This is another good question. Is it better to have a personal or a business account? Because I had a business account. I went through all the steps and had it set up and verified and everything as a business account, and I switched back years ago, right, almost at the beginning.
I did it because of the music. I couldn't use it for my content, so all my content was like nailed to the floor.
Right.
Yes.
I couldn't use the music.
Yeah. So that's an important question, I would say. And Ash, you answered one of the big ones right there. If you're on a business account, you're limited into the music that you can use on your videos, but it also limits you in videos that you can collab with others. If you're a creator on here doing a lot of content, if they're using a specific song and it's not licensed for business use, you're out of it. Also, too, being on a business account, you're eligible for a lot of different creator programs. Off the top of my head, like the video creativity program or whatever they're calling that now, and possibly the live incentive program, but some of the programs you don't have access to under a business account. You can't receive gifts on your videos on a business account, but you may be able to now, I think. But you can add a link in your bio. Now, if you have a business and that logistical information, if that would be important to you, then of course you have additional tools with a business account that you don't have with a personal account. So only if you're taking advantage of all of the tools that they provide for you under that business account would it be worth it. Now, a personal account, you have a lot of different creator fund programs that you can join. You're not limited in the music that you can add to your videos. Sometimes other things are just kind of weird with business accounts as well. So I think, you just get more opportunity to monetize, and you get more opportunity to be creative with a personal account. I encourage instead to create a separate account as your business account. And your personal account, and of course, if you're ever wanting to join an agency, the account that you go on the most, because we're live agencies. So you don't want to add an account that you don't go live on, just because we're not getting analytics and you're like a ghost to us. In that case, and I'm not seeing any data, I'm not seeing any analytics, I don't see any activity. I may think you're going through something and I'm not bugging you, so you want your most active account in the agency. So yeah, I would definitely really think out whether or not you want to do a business account or personal account. Just because there are limitations. And sometimes, too, I have noticed some kind of differences in some numbers. So, yeah.
So
That's right. That's right, Blooming Bouquet. I'm sorry, really quick. Right there, Blooming Bouquet. Have two, keep them separate, especially if you're in TikTok Shop. If you're in TikTok Shop, have that on a separate account. Have that account linked to your TikTok Shop. So if you're on live and you act out one night or something, you're not affecting your business with a violation, and now you can't go live on that account. Or your messages get banned and you can't send messages to your customers. And also to that account not being managed, then I can't go and, reappeal any of those, your message or live violations. So yeah, it's great to have two separate accounts. And for that matter, I say that's the only good case too, but even then, I don't like the idea of having two accounts, because you're splitting a lot of your engagement, your activity, your possible exposure. To expect people to follow two accounts, to keep up with those two accounts, to follow and like all those videos on all those accounts, you're asking too much of your viewers when they're just so used to swiping. Having all of that into one account, right? Think of your profile as a cul-de-sac, okay? One road in, one road out, okay? And the more that we're sharing, right? We've got cooking videos, we've got gaming, we've got art. We're sharing a lot of our different interests and hobbies. Well, instead of just having one way in and out to that cul-de-sac, we're now creating different roads to that cul-de-sac where people may finish watching the cooking video and they find their way into your profile through a cooking video, and then they see some of your art videos, right? That's great. But just realizing that there are, it's just better to combine everything into one profile. Having a bunch of profiles all over the place works against you, in my opinion. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the live. For moderating, that's a good one. Or even testing a post. I'm sorry.
No,
and I'll
please.
be finished after this. Even having a fake account, and sometimes you may want to test a post over there just to see how it does, I've heard of some people doing that, and sometimes, there's a video they're afraid to post on their profile. They post it on there to see how it does, and it blows up, and sometimes it'll perform better over there than it does over here. So, it's okay with experimenting, using them to experiment with as well.
I would say maybe throw in there that you represent us on other platforms as well, and all of these apply. All of this stuff applies to those other platforms.
That is correct.
Same batch of stuff, kind of.
Right. I do manage on two other platforms as well, in addition to TikTok. Of course, those of you familiar with Favorited, there you go. I do manage there as well. And of course, all of them having their different things, that are great. Favorited is way more laid back. You can be more candid. If you're into vaping, smoking, and things of that nature, you can do those things over there. Sorry, I'm afraid to almost even say those.
Right, sure.
A restriction, I'm sorry.
No worries. I know a guy.
Yeah. But so having those platforms is a great outlet to say, hey, everybody, shot o'clock over on Favorited, the same username as here, catch us there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And you can kind of be more laid back there. And then, of course, as I mentioned to you, like Big O's really great because it's got a great First of all, they have a tool for everything. Okay, there's all types of buttons and stuff to do whatever you want. But also, too, they have a cool family mechanic. So building a community is really, there's an actual mechanic, right? So you can be a part of whatever agency you want to there, but anyone has a possibility of starting their family that each one of you could join if you wanted to, right? Whether you're a host or not. So it just has a really cool sense of building a community building and great tools that they provide you there. But of course, it's a lot different than TikTok. I love TikTok. I can't lie. TikTok's my favorite platform. Of course, I manage on a lot of others, but I really do love it here. I met all of you and a lot of you there in the comments. I mean, it started here for a lot of us, and I've just had such great experiences. Not to say that I haven't there on other platforms. There you go. Been over there been managing for like over 8 years for a very long time.
Man.
So
Ash was over
I've been doing this for a long
Ash spent 8 years over there last year. Last year, Ash was there for 8 years.
Felt it.
Last year was.
Ash did awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I love Ash over on Bigo because it just offers something different. There's not a lot of artists on there. So, there are a lot of artists on there. There just isn't really a lot of art being done on there. And even when you guys were live, seeing a lot of people come in and say, oh my God, I've been looking for this finally, things like that. I love platforms like that because it offers you the ability to really kind of build, right? This is about building, right? And it just really offers you that a good place to start something fresh, and provide that to others. So I like those opportunities as well, those new platforms.
Here's a spicy question. How does one switch agencies?
Oh,
That's out of the
I'm kidding. So the thing is that anyone has the ability to join whatever agency they want. In fact, that's something that I don't like begging people to join. If you're interested in joining, reach out to me, right? But it can just be so sticky sometimes because if you're in an agency already, we can't talk to you really about certain things. Like we can't manage you, right? And that could almost fall under poaching. And your manager, they could report us. Anytime our creators reach out to me, and I get these all the time, all day, every day, where our creators are sending me screenshots of their messages where they have other creator networks reaching out to them. Well, first of all, it's a little sticky because the system tells you if that creator is in a creator network. It won't even give you the opportunity, like it grays out the ability for us to send you an invite if you're already managed in a creator network. So that's one thing. So if you're already managed and people are reaching out to you, kind of side-eye them, okay? And if you're happy where you are, send a screenshot to your manager and let them know that someone's bugging you. And we handle that, okay? We handle that. We actually report those. So, and then of course too, if you're wanting to switch agencies, you guys can leave an agency at any time. You guys are not stuck in an agency. I don't care what anybody tells you all. Any of you all can leave here at any moment. You go in there, request to quit, you can leave. Yeah.
That's what he says out here where you guys can see.
Look what Ginn did. He just walked away.
But it's really important to understand some things before you leave. There he goes. So, before you leave, if you've had a lot of success in your creator network, realize that your ineligibility may stick for over 5 months. So when you leave, and if you've made over $5,000 worth of diamonds within a 3-month period, or if you have over 500,000 to 1 million followers or so, you won't be able to go back to another creator network. So if you've had a lot of good growth, it's good to find one that you like. And if you've been very successful there, if you've done good there, you're kind of in a sense stuck there, because if you leave, it may take 5 months for your eligibility to reset. And that was just to mitigate a lot of the poaching that was going on, because people were trying to steal creators like crazy. That's something I've never done. I never will do. I think it's kind of disgusting, as I mentioned to you all earlier. But of course, I have many people that reach out to me. They're not happy with their creator network, or they've heard experiences from you all and they really want to switch. That's a little bit different, right? You initiate that with the manager, right? Let them know that I'm interested in switching agencies, okay? And do this in a message. Don't do it on live. Do it in a message. Message them, right? Because again, your manager could pick this up as poaching and do something weird and try to, serve a violation or something. So reach out to a message and just let them know. To transfer agencies, if you've been in that agency for over 15 days, well, first let's start with this. If you've been in the agency for under 15 days, you can quit at any minute and you're out, okay? You don't have to wait for anything, you're out, and you can go join another agency, okay? If you have been in that agency for over 15 days, it takes 90 days to quit and transfer. It takes 30 days to quit. It takes 90 days to transfer. It takes 30 days for your quit request to be approved there in the system. So after 30 days, of course, that gives your manager time to reach out to you. We get notified of these, right? And sometimes to your manager, then they may say, okay, right? And it's just kind of that. You wait your 30 days. I've heard of some people getting banned, or not banned, but blocked by their managers and stuff when they do that, whatever. After those 30 days, you are then removed from that creator network. And then, of course, you're out. So if you want to get out, that's how. And then, of course, too, if you want to transfer, you have to wait 60 days for your eligibility to reset in the system. So you can't immediately leave a creator network and join another creator network without waiting the cooldown period of 60 days if you've been in there over 15 days. Does that make sense, anyone? Is that confusing?
Yes. No, it was not confusing. It was not confusing.
Yes. So that's how the quits process works.
For those of you whose head is spinning right now, I know this is a lot of information, but here's the thing. All of us, the reason we're doing this is we want to help you. We want you to be better at your lives. And let me say this, and y'all can check me on this, but part of the reason that we want your lives to be better is that helps everyone. The more people in the art community on TikTok that are doing solid lives, that are doing things the right way, the more the algorithm will steer more people to our portion, our little corner of TikTok. So, is that fair to say?
I would say so. Absolutely. That's networking. I mean, a lot of people don't realize how important networking is being a creator. Going to other people's lives, participating in other lives, reposting others' videos, like that's networking. And sometimes too, if you follow someone and they don't follow you, there's still a chance of your content possibly popping up in their feed. So just realize that things are working in the background. I know some people, they like to keep their followers at a lower rate and they like to have more people following them. Like things like that work against you. Organic engagement is what it's about. That's what the algorithm is eating. Everything is way more simple than a lot of people make it out to be. It's way more simple. It's all about your organic engagement and what you're putting into the platform. The more you put in, the more you get out.
Absolutely. And I would just say this. I don't know if this is an endorsement or an indictment, but Chad is results driven. Ashman is results driven. I'm results driven. And we also believe in this community. We care a lot about the people in this community. So we wouldn't be with a guy that wouldn't let us run our own program. Ezra, is that fair to say? It would not happen. We're not the kind of people that you're just going to tell what to do.
Well, right, but at the same time, like, what are some of the main things that I try to focus on building when you first start? Building community. So, I'm not going to steer you away from that. I'm going to help provoke it even more, right? That's important. It's important for you all to have communities and such. All right, awesome, Victoria. Thank you. It's important for you all to have communities. Eve's and her Paint With Me community, you all and your vast community. I mean, community, it doesn't mean that you can't be a part of a community because you have one or whatever. Communities are made up of others that have their own communities and people that are part of other communities. That's networking. Yes. That's what you want. That's how you grow. And if anybody tells you otherwise, then something's wrong there. That's not somewhere you want to put your time or energy.
No.
I will say this on camera. I don't want to put anybody else on the spot, but I trust Ezra like I trust Chad and Ash and Eve and Severed and S.A. and Laura and Spurs and all. We operate as if we're a big ass team. And we all kind of pick each other up, help each other out, and we kid around a lot. But the reality is the Ginn Project show would not be on right now without Ezra. We go back to the reporting and we go back to the other stuff. But there's a good chance that it would have been so frustrating and so much of a headache without Ezra's help that. I would imagine that Ash and I wouldn't be on TikTok most likely without Ezra, and Chad is probably in the same boat. I mean that with all sincerity. I was excited that Ezra was going to come on and do this because we answer so many questions about agencies and hear so much misinformation about shadow banning. There's a lot of people that present themselves as experts, and it's ironic because they don't get results. Right? Like their whole expertise is to complain about how screwed up TikTok is. Right. So if you're into the Ginn Project, if you're into what we do and kind of how we do it, it wouldn't be possible without Ezra. That's just a fact. That's just a reality. Whether it's the planning, whether it's the getting me out of violations or reports or whatever, or sometimes I just slip up and say or do something that the AI catches. And
or your live data is presenting all zeros.
Yes, that's been like the last 9 lives now. About to freak me out.
Any Volta in here, by the way, if that's happening to you, reach out to me and we'll go over all of those together. I'll send you your analytics because I still get those.
He has been sending my analytics for each show for a week and a half now because I haven't been getting them. That's another thing he's been doing that isn't his responsibility. So I just wanted to point out there that I was a skeptic. And now Ezra is our friend. I mean, Ezra is someone that we keep in the loop in our personal lives as well. Just because that's how teams work. That's there's certain things he needs to know and understand what's going on so he can do his job.
Absolutely.
So, I would point out that being on a social media platform isn't a given. You're not owed anything. The platform doesn't owe anything to you, really.
Right.
It's up to you to get out of it what you want to get out of it.
Right.
And if you're trying to get followers, but you're not doing the things to retain followers or to get people to come from the FYP into your live, then you need to change something. Something isn't working. And it's not that you've been shadow banned and nobody at TikTok likes you. In fact, I'll go one step further. Nobody at TikTok gives a shit about you specifically. You're just another person in the system. Like, it's only your ego.
You around with a magnifying glass.
It is only your ego that makes you believe that TikTok is out to get you. The only thing that is doing that is you think you're more important than you actually are. Because
they don't target anyone, by the way.
Right. It's
Except
up
for
to
Kira
you.
Wilson. They target Kira Wilson.
They better not.
Well, we report her all the time, just so you know.
Well, you all better stop. You know.
And can I just say, since we have Ezra here too, that folks, if you're one of those people that are spending your days in other people's lives reporting them, we're just going to go ahead and tell you that could be hurting your account more than anybody else's. Just trying to be fair to you and let you know.
Yeah, I do see those reports come in, and of course, I'm always checking to make sure that you all are kind of clear. And I'll even go back with you all sometimes if there's like a lot of reports, and I'll kind of like review the live with you. And it's like, see, during this moment we were doing this, nothing wrong, but at the same time, just making you aware because the reporting doesn't do anything if you're not doing anything wrong. You're just wasting your time. And I see those come in, and I'm going to let my creator know that they're being recorded. And I have a way with communicating with you all, even when you're live. So the false reports, it's a sad thing that people do. It's very sad because usually nothing happens. And the spam reporting, I know that's a big myth. People like to say, oh, I'm being spam reported, I'm being spam reported. And I know they're trying to get me. Well, yeah, they're trying to get you. But the spam reporting, first of all, no one can report anything if you didn't do anything wrong. So if you didn't do anything wrong, and don't worry about people reporting you. It's not doing anything. You know, I see plenty of data here with lots of reports and it not affecting the creator at all because they're not doing anything wrong. And of course, as well, just, you know, I like to inform my creators if they're getting a lot of reports. I like to send the queues in. Always try to keep your eye on the top up there so you can see those queues come in. And let you know if you're being reported so that you can kind of clean up what you're doing so that someone can't bait you into possibly getting a violation, which is typically what they try to do if they're reporting. They're trying to encourage you to say something or do something while they're reporting, and they get you caught up, and then you get taken off. And I didn't do anything, someone was reporting me. Well, did you engage? Did you interact? If you did, what did you say? How bad was it?
And that's another thing you've done for me and Chad, and I believe Ash too. I don't know specifically, but you have called me and been like, Ginn, I just came out of a meeting. Here's the new updates that TikTok is doing. And just be sure that you don't do these three things because the algorithm has changed and they're really going to be given violations for that or restrictions, right, or whatever the case is. So that's another thing that you've been super helpful in. Chad, is that a fair statement? That he would call ahead of time.
I'm answering people in the thing about queues coming up. My apologies.
Oh, no worries. I was just talking about that Ezra would contact us and let us know that if there were changes on TikTok and like, hey, they changed this part of the algorithm and it's going to give violations for this. So make sure you're careful in that area or whatever. And it kind of gives us a heads up so we don't get caught up in the new changes. We're kind of aware and we don't end up finding out the hard way, you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of two sides right there, because there's one instance where typically if I'm reviewing a live and I'm seeing something in particular, I may tell you like, okay, you may want to be careful and not do this because I've been getting a lot of violations over this. So this category, particularly in this category are very sensitive right now. So definitely keep it cool with doing this or that, right?
Keep your shirt on,
like keep your shirt on. Well, actually, you can take your shirt off, but of course, it's going to restrict your. It's going to give you like a light restriction on your traffic, so it's best.
If I'm breastfeeding, it's okay.
Women are allowed to breastfeed on live. I don't know why you would want to, but if you need to, if it's urgent, you got to handle that. You can. Just don't do too much. Like
that might be an hour on Ash's. Too much. That might be an hour on
I hate
Ash's
telling women
show.
what they need to do. I'm sorry.
Let's see if we can make Ezra uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. My puppets get hungry during the middle of the show. So.
Oh my God. Not right
That's
now.
right,
Put the
Laura.
puppets away. Put the puppets away.
So, Chad Relvart,
What's up?
you got any questions or thoughts or anything we hadn't hit on yet that you wanted to bring up? I just
Ezra.
Should we get it in?
Here's
Yes,
this
sir.
is the
Chat.
question of everyone's mind. This is the question. If I were to do something right now that was awful to like get me banned while you're actually on the show with us, would that cause like a TikTok wormhole to open up that would like
Let's do
rip
it.
space time?
Yeah, a wormhole that I would jump through so fast as I also try to correct the action, because it's going to be hard for me to argue about something, and I'm here, right?
I know.
Which might be why he doesn't regularly show up in lives, because it puts at risk his ability to take care of you. That's all I'm saying.
There it is.
I don't know if they can see the comments, because on our end, of course, I can see your comments. I could see your live data. But after the live ends, I can't. I don't know if they can, okay? So I don't know if they can see me in the live or participate. Obviously, if I'm here in a box, they can see me. And it's going to be very difficult for me to appeal something that I'm a part of.
I know.
So, yeah.
So we can
I'm very
we can
careful
take
with
out
this account. This account's linked to TikTok. So, yeah, I'm very careful with this. And TikTok follows me on this account, too. They could be watching this from the FYP.
They are. You can take out Chad. Uh-oh. Did we lose Chad? Oh, there he is. Go ahead, buddy.
Still there.
We got your back.
Let's
What
go
happened?
40K.
We didn't hear
Let's
you.
go with the
No, I'm good. I'm
We
good.
didn't hear what you said, buddy. It froze for a
Let me
second.
get some in.
Oh.
Let me get some in.
No, I was just making fun of the TikTok being an FYP. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Wow. Just swiping through their
Ezra,
feed, there's a chance.
that's a great question. Ezra, do you have your own Ezra?
I do. I actually do. I don't really sign in on it much, but I do.
You have an Ezra?
I do have an Ezra account.
No,
I think they
no.
mean,
She
do you
means,
have
do you
somebody
have
that
a-
watches you?
Yeah, like you take care of us.
Oh.
Do you have an Ezra for you?
I have an account manager and I have a POC, who are all amazing. So yes, I do have an account manager. They don't necessarily like tell me what to do. A lot of them as well. So it's funny because a lot of the previous AMs from other apps have migrated to different apps. So a lot of the AMs, some of them I've known for a very long time. So it's really cool. I've got a great relationship with my AMs. Typically we have one POC, one point of contact, but all of my AMs keep in touch with me from time to time. They reach out, or sometimes they'll chime in and help me with something if the other's kind of busy. So we're very well taken care of here at Volta. So yes, I do have someone, a POC, an account manager. Yeah, I have a really great relationship with them. Right, Salty? Okay.
And Ezra, why don't you like Mondo? What were you saying? How come Mondo? You don't care for Mondo?
I love me some Mondo. This interview was incredible here on the Ginn project. Who couldn't love some Mondo?
The look on his face was like, "What's he talking
Mondo's
about?"
that guy. There's not one person in here I could say that I dislike. I mean, I love me some of everybody in here. That Laura, she helps keep you guys together. I see you, Laura. I see you.
She does. I don't know if she's Volta, man, but you gotta look out for her.
Oh,
can't
she's not
tell she
Volta,
is.
but you, I don't care. You, Laura, anytime. I'm here for you, okay? I love what you do.
I can't believe she hadn't been
Have
disqualified
requirements.
yet.
So requirements kind of can vary from agency to agency, Kira. Most agencies, if you're not battling, or Spurs, if you're not battling, if you're not, if your live revenue is low, some agencies will just kind of, if your live duration, we can see that as you apply as well. So there's a lot of things that they can see at the door, and if those things aren't where they want them to be, they can deny. Me, of course, I'm kind of beyond that. I kind of ascended beyond battling. So, I'm here to help out my people
Welcome.
as much as I can. And
The water's fine.
Karaoke corner, so whatever it is you want to do, you don't have to be a battler to be a part of Volta. Whatever it is you want to do, I'm going to help you try your best to do it and get the results that you want. And, I don't give up. I don't give up.
The three guys you see on the screen that are not Ezra have never done a single battle, and we still managed to do okay because he helps us navigate.
But Ginn and Ash are going to do a rap battle here in a minute to close the show out.
Well, my name is Charlie. Oh my goodness. Ash, Chad, you got that was good questions, man. Y'all got any more? We got the guy here. I mean, the man himself is here. Took us 2 years. Might be a minute.
I'll ask Ezra a million questions before the night's over, privately. But I just
Please
hope
do.
that everybody, I just hope that everybody, that tuned in kind of got a scope of what agencies do, specifically what Ezra does and the Volta agency does. I hope it shined a little light that Ezra doesn't live on TikTok 24/7. He's a very, very busy person who wants to be there for you 24 hours a day when he can. I think one of the biggest things I'd like to... Yeah, pretty much. All you guys who have been watching us go for a long time now, you kind of know how we roll and the people that we surround ourselves with. And I hope you understand now that the man behind the curtain who has been running the show for us and with us and really made things happen, he's one of us. If there's anything I've learned about Ezra, it's Volta agency aside, social media aside, he wants good for people, and he tirelessly does that. So I just I hope people kind of understand that you're a human being. You're a superhuman, don't get me wrong, but yeah. My life wouldn't be the same without him. That's for sure. My life, Ezra, you changed the trajectory of mine and many other people's lives. So I just want to take a moment. I know it's not questions. You asked if I had questions for the man, but I just wanted to show my appreciation. I hope I do it on the daily.
You guys. Oh, I'm absolutely proud of you all. I'm proud of each and every one of you in here, a part of this agency. Even if we're, going through something, we're not active right now, whatever the case, I don't care. Just you being a part of this and doing what you do. I mean, the effort that you all have already put into this, just know that that effort is still there, and it's always going to be recognized and appreciated. You all don't have to do what you all do. You guys can do this amazing art in private. You don't have to share this moment with us. When you're grinding up some guitars, Chad's yakking away at something, making a crazy sculpture with some chainsaw and a big piece of wood. Ash bending lines all over the place, making just incredible pieces of art. MC and his painting, Salty and her carving, all of you. I just really severed. I appreciate Mondo, everybody in here. I just appreciate you all sharing that with us, because you don't have to. Did not.
I'm totally
Mondo's
kidding,
amazing.
I'm totally kidding.
So yeah, I just definitely appreciate you all for what you all do, because you all could do this in private. You all don't have to share that with anyone here. So thank you for the gifts. I appreciate the gifts. You guys did not have to send me anything.
Ash.
Kira, I'll say come to the dark side. It's not poaching if I say it.
Eve, another one. Oh, guys, thank you. You guys don't have to send me anything. It's okay. Stop. Ginn, stop. It's all right. Don't make me recharge.
Ash, no, we can't hang with him when he recharges, man. He came in here with galaxies. Ash, do you have any thoughts, man? Anything you'd like to? I have a couple too, so please.
Man, I just think, you run a tight ship, but also you care, and that's the main thing I like about this agency, about Volta. You actually care. You show up.
Yes.
And you can't say that about everybody. Not everybody shows up when they need to, but you do. I really appreciate that. And anybody who thought differently about agencies, I did too at first, and then I got to know Ginn, and then Ginn talked about Ezra, and then he wasn't wrong. So
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Guys.
And for me, personally, it was a weird journey because I too was a skeptic, and Chad and I had a conversation about trust early in the game, and we decided to trust each other and trust Ezra and see what happened. And at the end of that journey, I would say this: if TikTok shut down tomorrow, I believe that me and Ash and Chad and Ezra would still have meetings and still have conversations and still try to strategize on how we move forward and what we do next. So any of you that believe in me personally and what I do, I stand behind Ezra 100%. I literally would not be here without him. That's a fact. That's a reality. The stuff that he does behind the scenes, the program, the ideas, and the things that he implemented to help us be successful in our journey of trying to kind of build what we were building and are building, it simply would not. The vision that we had would not have been possible without Ezra, and it required more than someone just filling in the blanks. It required someone actually giving a shit. It required someone actually having some vision and taking the time to listen to what we had to say, digest it, and come back at us with some actionable information. So personally, from me, just thank you, Ezra. I really appreciate it, man. You in a lot of ways kind of reinvigorated my hope in some people because
awesome.
Chad will tell you, man. I'm not big on the whole drama stuff, and there's a lot of it on this platform.
Well, I definitely want to. I don't want to say you're welcome, all right? But I definitely will say always, just because, that's just what it is, always. Like, you're always going to get that from me, and I'm always going to try to do what I can for all of you. So, always.
Always. And
always.
Ashman intentionally and purposefully joins up with Chad Revart, and they go and kick that line you were talking about all over the place.
Don't make me grab one of my puppets.
And I tell you, all I've got to say to that, Ashman, all I can tell you, Ashman, is it makes me happy. It makes me very happy.
Thank you. You're smiling so hard, and they're staring and burning right into my retina.
The eyes are up there, Ash.
Eve, wherever you are. Gentlemen, do we have anything we need to tell the folks before we... Ezra, I don't know if you know this or not, but we have a play-out song that we play when we get done. And then we just, people can do whatever they want for the last 3 minutes. Usually I'm showing art, Chad's flipping people off, and Ashman is doing something in between the two. So we just wanted to prep you. It is totally appropriate to just get up and walk away. when the music starts. You don't like you're not
Yeah,
not
you can do that
obligated.
too.
You're not obligated to do anything. Ezra,
I've
would
got
you please
something
tell
to
us?
share.
Okay,
Got a piece of art to share.
nice.
Oh, okay. During the song.
Tell us, please tell us what your favorite color is.
My favorite color is indigo, cobalt.
That's a
I love
bluish.
purple, ultraviolet-ish purple, Volta purple.
Okay, can we get
Blue.
blue and purple
blue.
hearts? Blue. Can we get blue and purple hearts in the chat for Ezra, please? And would y'all please take screenshots for me, because the video afterward does not show these, as you know. So please hit us up. Please hit
Thank you
Ezra
guys for the hearts.
with some purple and blue hearts. Let's show them what we can do over here. And thank you so much, Ezra. We appreciate you, man.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Look at
we
this.
love you, man.
Look at this.
You're
That's so
incredible.
beautiful. I love you guys, each and every one of you. Even those of you down there in the comments, not up here with us. Love you guys, truly. And definitely keep up the excellent work. There's not one bad thing I could say about anyone in this agency.
Right on. Right on. Chad, you got anything, buddy?
Man, one of the best shows ever. Ezra, thank you, sir. Big love.
Thank you.
Always.
Ezra. Thank you, man. Ash, you got
Always.
anything, buddy?
You're awesome, dude. Thanks for being on here.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
you.
me on here. This has been awesome. What's going on?
See, guys,
Thank
we
you to
didn't make
everyone
him
in
up.
the
He
chat.
really exists.
He's real. He does
I'm
live
real.
on a
He's
spaceship.
real.
We told you. He's on a spaceship right now. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Thank you, Mama T. We appreciate you. MC, Lenny, Victoria,
Yes,
thank
you,
you
T.
for the wonderful questions. Monique, Salty, thank you. Blooming Bouquet, good to see you. Flutterby, you know we love you. Wolfman, thank you, brother. Did I miss folks? Whom I missed? Shell, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you so much. Brandy, good to see you. She tells the best
Lenny.
stories, y'all. Catch a story by Brandy over on Ashman's.
Brandy.
Fish and Foe, thank you for coming in. Severed Art, Red Panda, Victoria, I think I mentioned Kira Wilson Art. Thank you, everybody. We're going to play the music. We're going to see what Ezra does while we play the music. Who knows? He might disappear.
All right.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Big love, y'all.
Big love.
Love you guys.
Catch us Thursday night. Low orbit.
Carving out dreams with the wood he knows. Strings from secrets, stories unfold. On a Ginn project show, where the soul runs deep.
That's dope.
Guitars makes the music speak.
This is a skateboard done by Santiago. Santiago, here on TikTok. You would burn this. Make sure you check her guy out.
There's something by Santiago.
Shaping the heart of a six
Got some great wood burners here. Love it.
Every note moves. You can hear the grain. It cries and laughs through the hands of a man down a winding path. On the Ginn project show, where the soul runs deep.
That's right.
He builds guitars, makes the music speak. Artists come.
Her girlfriend, Chad. I love her.
On the Ginn project show. Yeah, that's how it goes. His hands are callous, his mind's a spark, turning wood into lightning, striking the dark, and the artists they come. They lay their scars to the hum of his handmade stars.
The wand? Salty the wand! Salty!
His mind's a spark, turning wood into lightning, striking the dark, and the artists they come, they lay their scars to the hum of his handmade stars. Yeah!
Such a Eve.
Strike in the dark, and the artists they come, they lay their scars to the hum of his handmade stars. That's how it goes.
Thank you, Ezra. Appreciate you, man. You're the best.